Hi everyone, this is Veg Farms. This is one of our flock and we're currently at 3 weeks. And so I've got a lot of questions about, because I'm doing this in the same residence where I'm staying just a bit. And so people have asked me questions, oh, I'd like to do this, but I'm concerned about the smell. So I just wanted to come on here and give you a few tips on how you can do poultry farming, even at home, and you will not have that smell. I'm speaking to you right in the farm, and so there's no smell. If there was a smell, I won't be able to be here. So the key thing is you want to ensure your litter management, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So don't use sawdust for your litter. What we mean by litter is the bedding, what you put on the floor for them. Don't use sawdust because it's so tiny, and when your chickens are still little or when they're untrained, they might feed on the sawdust and then they'll get sick. Okay, so instead use wood shavings, and I'm just going to show you in a bit what the wood shavings look like. They're still from wood, just like sawdust, but they are bigger, so you get wood shavings. Now the key thing is you want to be sure that your litter is thick enough, as thick as 6 inches, between 4 and 6 inches. So don't just spread like an inch of bedding or an inch of litter for them. Once you do this, if you ensure that your litter is thick enough, you don't even have to change the litter. All right, you don't have to change the litter. And so their poop mixed with the wood gives off the balanced combination of ammonium, so you're not going to have that smell. All right, so I'm going to show you how thick our litter is here. And then you don't even have to change the litter. You probably will need to change the litter maybe once in a year. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it is very, very true. Once you're able to do this, you do not need to change your litter, and you're not going to battle with the smell. So I'll show you in a bit what our litter looks like. So I don't want to go into the farm. I don't want to step in, right? But then this is like an unused part, and I'm just going to show you. So this is what the wood shavings look like. You want to also ensure that your litter is dry. Now see the depth. Do you see? So see, we're just getting to the concrete. So our litter is quite thick and it is dry. I'm going to show you the litter in the chicken house as well for you to see. You want to ensure that your litter is dry, it is not wet, because once you begin to have wet litter, you are going to have a smell. Okay, you're going to have a smell if your litter is wet. So you want to ensure that your litter is dry. You can see the litter is dry, and so when they have their droppings, they scratch on it, they mix it by themselves. But you can also do this to help every morning when you come to your farm with a rake, and then you can just rake it along. You know, they already do this by themselves when they are scratching, but you can just still use the rake to help them and mix it, and so you can have a fresh bedding every morning. I hope this has been helpful. Meet our 3 weeks old broilers. They're halfway into their journey, and in another 3 weeks they'll be ready for harvest. So I've shown you what our litter looks like. I've shown you the depth. In fact, we need to add more. So just ensure that your litter is 4 to 6 inches deep. You also want to be sure that your litter is dry. When your litter is wet, you would have a smell. So if you want to do this, no matter how small your space is, I've shown you guys before where we're coming from. We had a very, very tiny cage, and then this is the bigger chicken coop that we've constructed. So ensure that your litter is dry. Ensure that your litter is thick enough. Also make sure that you don't have leakages in your roof. So your house construct is very, very important for poultry farming. Ensure that you don't have leakages in your roof. Once you have leakages in your roof and it's raining, you're going to have wet litter, and then you're going to have that smell that you don't want to have. So ensure that your litter is dry, ensure that your litter is thick, and I wish you success in your poultry farming journey. Bye.